So, Dr. Bakht, we also have another commonly asked question. Everybody is afraid that UK is really expensive, and they're always inquiring about the living expenses in UK.
Oh, well, yeah, that's one of the main concerns for students because obviously, as you know, the UK, the cost of living is a lot higher than in Bangladesh. Obviously, when you convert currency, you think, oh my God, it's so expensive. And obviously, as all students will tell you, those who've applied, they're told how much is required because they've got to give bank statements. So, you're looking at, say, on average, £9,000 in London. And you've got to remember, London is a capital city. So obviously it's going to be more expensive than say, Manchester, Liverpool, Nottingham, Birmingham. It's going to be more expensive. I would say 20 to 25% more expensive. What you should know, it's relative, meaning you get higher salaries in London. They give you a higher salary. It's called a London weighting that we give. So everyone who works in London gets an extra £2,500 to £3,000 every year. Okay?
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. And that's called London weighting, meaning not weight, W-A-I-T, but weighing, because it's more to do with the earnings, because obviously cost in London is higher than any of the provincial towns and cities. So you're looking about £9,000. But you know what? You know what I say? It depends how you want to live. Like I come to Bangladesh, I go and live in Gulshan, but I can go and live in Mulibag for 40% less, couldn't I?
Yes,
I could live in a more built-in area for a lot less. It depends on how you live, isn't it? For how you want to live. So in London, you could be in the most expensive area of London, and you can. But if we talk about generally, it's relatively fine, and a lot of students have managed. They share houses. Obviously, a lot of students think about the accommodation. And the first thing that you'll think about is dormitory. Yeah,
exactly.
Halls of residence. Now, let me just tell you about the halls of residence. They're all fantastic. They're all within, obviously, the campus area, so it's easy to get to. You got great advantage. All the new students, the fresher students are there, and they're all in beautiful, parkland. Or if it's in London, you won't find too much parkland, but it's right in the middle of the city. And everything's easily accessible. However, it is a bit more expensive.
Dorms are expensive.
They're more expensive. So I've always recommended private dwellings, private accommodation, and you can get some really cheap ones, especially in London.
You see, Dr. Bakht, Bangladeshi students, most of them have the misconception that private housing is more expensive than dorms.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, dorms are more expensive. And the university wants you to join their dorms because it's theirs. They're the one who gets the income. You see.
That's why they discourage private
and they will send you details on their residence. Don't get me wrong, they're fantastic. And if you can afford it, fine. But what you could do, you could stay there for one semester, get used to the city, the surroundings, the environment, and get to know everything, and then move in. Most students will do that as well.
Dr. Bakht, what I'm asking is the living expenses in UK bearable by the students who are doing part-time jobs there?
The short answer to that, Saqib, is yes.
Okay.
No one has sort of struggled. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but as soon as you paid your tuition fees, then you got your living expenses. That's why the British government allows you the 20 hours, every single student. You do not have classes every day. You don't have classes every day. To give you an example, I teach on my course 6 hours a week, okay?
Yes.
So and also depends which university. Some universities only have 6 hours a week. Others have a bit more, 15 hours a week. But then the maximum you'll have is maybe 15 hours. So in a week, that is still half a week. Yes, and you don't have to come every day.
If you can work for 20 hours, what's the minimum wage in London?
The minimum wage is about £9.50 an hour. Is it £10? I think it's about £10.10 per hour now. And they have to. You have to get. They'll give you the minimum wage, okay, or a plus, okay.
But what is the standard wage?
Standard wage, you're looking on average about £12-13 an hour, okay. So it depends on what type of job you're doing. Obviously, most students get jobs as waitress, waiter, working in McDonald's, working in the supermarkets. We've got Sainsbury's, we've got Tesco's, and they work there. Most students work there. Oh yeah, bars. We've got plenty of bars and restaurants as well. That's a lot of student jobs there. But on average, they would get, I would say on average, anything from £1,300 to £1,500 a month. Okay.
That should cover their living expenses.
Yes.
And can they contribute a little bit towards their tuition fees?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of them do that. A lot of them do that. Yeah, they can. So, so give you an example. If you're earning £1,500, you can keep, £500. I would say for the accommodation on average. One room, they can just share a room, so that £500 for that. £300-400 or £500 for the tuition fees, and the rest is living. Obviously, spending money and all that. But again, you could earn a lot more by having 2 part-time jobs as well. Okay.
2 part-time jobs.
Yeah.
You can work for 2 part-time jobs?
Yeah, you can. As long as you do, but you got to remember, when I say 2 part-time, one could be 10 and another one could be 10. You can't do more than 20. You cannot. It's against the law.